United Airlines has announced it will be the first U.S. airline to operate supersonic passenger aircraft from Boom Supersonic. The airline has placed orders for 15 Boom Overture aircraft. The idea is to begin passenger flights with these by the year 2029. In this video, we will look at the specifications of the Boom Overture and how it compares with the Concorde. And also the main question, how likely is it going to turn into reality, and also how much of a scope it has in this market. So, let's look at the specifications of the Boom Overture. The Boom Overture will be a 65 to 88 seat premium aircraft, capable of reaching Mach 1.7. It will offer a range of up to 4,250 nautical miles or 7,866 kilometers. The Overture is the first aircraft planned to be net zero carbon from launch. It uses a combination of materials, including carbon composites, titanium, and aluminium. And unlike the Concorde, the Boom Overture can reach supersonic speeds without the use of afterburners. It is also planned to operate fully with sustainable aviation fuel, which is a fuel made from renewable sources, such as used cooking oil, municipal waste and woody biomass. It is a safe and proven fuel, which has the potential to reduce life cycle emissions by up to 80% compared with conventional aviation fuel. Now let's look at how it compares with the Concorde. The two aircraft are very similar when it comes to length. The Concorde has a length of 61.67 meters, while the Overture is clocking in at 62.48 meters. Even though the Overture is slightly longer, it has a cabin configuration of 1 seat per side and can accommodate around 65 to 88 passengers. Meanwhile, the Concorde had a cabin configuration of 2 seats per side and could accommodate around 90 to 120 passengers. Both the aircraft have the same cruising altitude of around 60,000 feet. But the Overture is slightly slower than the Concorde when it comes to the cruising speed. The Overture cruises at a speed of 1.7 Mach, while the Concorde cruised at a speed of 2.2 Mach. Even if the Overture is a bit slower, it is much more sustainable than the Concorde. It is planned to be net zero in terms of carbon emissions, and also will run on sustainable fuel. The Overture also beats the Concorde when it comes to range, as it could fly up to 78,070 kilometers. While the Concorde could only fly up to 72,022 kilometers. Also, the Overture is focused on more of a business class type configuration, and the interior also looks pretty good. So basically, the Concorde is faster and could carry more passengers, but the Overture is much more sustainable and could fly longer distances. So now that we have seen how it compares with the Concorde, let's also talk about how likely it is for it to turn into reality. Boom, the company that is developing the Overture, claims that it will have its first flight in the year 2026, and it would start supersonic passenger travel by the year 2029. Well, that is just what the company claims, and how much of it will become a reality, you ask? For that, let's look into Boom's background. Boom has already created a 1/3 scale supersonic demonstrator, named the XB-1 Baby Boom. It is expected to be tested this year. So, we can say that this company is legit. And also United has placed an order worth of $3 billion US. Boom is also very well funded, and has also raised millions of dollars. While I can't guarantee the Boom Overture will ever enter service, it's clear that Boom Technology is serious and fully intends to make this plane a reality. Now let's talk about the market for supersonic travel. Supersonic travel is nothing new. The first and only supersonic airliner, the Concorde, was developed around 50 years ago, but the thing is, it made much more sense back then, compared to now. Back then, people who flew on the Concorde were business travelers, and so are the targeted passengers for the Overture. Back then, there was no internet, so instead of wasting time by flying on a 747, they could instead fly on the Concorde and reach their destination faster. But now, you can find high-speed Wi-Fi on almost all planes, so you are not wasting your time, but you can be productive, even when you are flying. So now let's use Tokyo to San Francisco as an example. This route takes around 9 hours, and a flight that departs at 5 p.m. would land at 9 a.m. the same day. If you cut that flight time by 4 hours, the flight could depart at 5 p.m. and land at 5 a.m., or depart at 9 p.m. and land at 9 a.m. But is that something you really want to do if you don't have a flatbed? In other words, for many business travelers, being able to get a proper night of sleep on a plane between two offices on opposite sides of the ocean is a feature, even if there were a faster way to fly. So, what is the bottom line? The Boom Overture will indeed be a great aircraft. It will be bringing back supersonic air travel. This airliner will be targeted for a very niche group of people who at least earn mid-five figures. But the only question is whether a market for supersonic travel exists. Cause now business travelers aren't wasting time on a plane, as they have high-speed Wi-Fi and flatbeds. So guys, how did you find this video? And what do you think of the Boom Overture? Would you want to see it in the skies? Write down your thoughts in the comments. My dear viewers, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, and also like the video. It takes a lot of efforts to make these videos. I would greatly appreciate it if you would show some support. Well, that was it for today's video. See you guys in the next one. Until then, goodbye and stay safe.